My name is Fronis, is Africa's Pride, world's favorite comedian. That's my title.
I like that.
International title.
You just had to, you know, put it all out there because I'm just that killer. Top 5 funniest comedians in Nigeria. That's what we're talking about right now. Are we good?
Are you a comedian?
I'm not a comedian. I just talk, man.
Agoda is funny.
All right, I'm in. Basket Mouth has to be my top 1 funniest comedian in Nigeria. Nobody can take that away from him.
My number 1 comedian in the world.
Don't mention yourself.
It's Alibaba. The
king
of Nigerian comedy.
You know what I think? You know what I think? You know what I think again?
You know what I think? I'm not thinking right now, but Alibaba is number 1 funniest comedian on the planet. Number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We have a dead man in the studio. We need to call an ambulance to take him off because my number 1 is Alibaba.
Basket Mouth.
He just woke up.
Okay, we're moving on to hot topics. So hot topics is things that are trending, things that are, you know, are just making us shine eyes and just drop comments on social media platforms. So basically, I'm just going to kickstart this with, and we still have Jon Ogah with us, guys. So, yeah, peace out. Okay, so what, Apollo and Youngsters, do you think Apollo took it too far? I mean, comedy is comedy, but there should be a limit. Did he take it too far? And then equally, Youngsters and his DJ. I mean, talking about the sex tape and all that. Did he also add too much pepper into it? And then Apollo also came out and said, you know what, I'm not going to sue them for the sex tape. They were just joking about it. What's your take on the whole saga and drama? Apollo
came out and said he's not going to sue them.
Yeah, he actually replied. You know, they threatened that they were going to release the sex tape and all that. And he said, you know what, they're just jokers. I'm not going to.
Okay, so first of all, that joke was not too much. It's a standard joke. American comics do the same thing. Now, with comedy, the line is drawn at some point. Yes, freedom of speech, but if you in civilized societies, you would hear that when it comes to stuff that could incite violence, we should not. You can still do it, but so that's why drawing the cartoon of the Prophet Muhammad in terms of comedy and everything, don't go there. You can do it with Jesus Christ, but you already know you cannot do that with Muhammad. So don't just incite violence. Also, with regards to maybe say sexual violence, don't joke about stuff like that. Yeah. Do you understand? Because there's so many people who are going through stuff like that. But people still do it, and people can do it. But it is advised that you shouldn't go into such touchy subjects. One thing you can never do, you cannot make anti-Semitic jokes about Jews. It won't be tolerated. That one, they won't even smile with you. You'll just lose your job or your everything, you know. So yeah, with Apollo, I don't think that joke was too much. It was, if he feels that, you know, someone could have used money to buy a hit, that's what he feels. It's not something.
Well, that was deep though. I mean, that was some huge shit.
But Top 6 already has hits, right? Yeah. So you understand.
I think he probably just touched an egoistic part of a man.
As for the sex tape, I don't know about Apollo's sex tape.
Apollo's wife.
Oh, Apollo's wife had a sex tape.
I mean, he said she was, you know, a regular person.
That's the thing. Don't also, the same way we say, don't joke about people's children.
Yeah,
don't joke about people's spouses as well. Do you understand? If your beef with Apollo, what concerns you and the wife? Why don't take it to the wife? Take it to the person. You understand? If you have a beef with me, don't bring it to my girlfriend. Don't bring it to my father. Don't bring it to my mother. Don't bring it to my nephew.
Flash it out with me.
It's me. Yes, let's face it out. Do you understand? Because it's going to be a. It's going to be a, how do you say it? Yeah. Cowardly move.
Sometimes you're trying to avoid using some words.
I just have to say, it's going to be a cowardly move to just go for Apollo's wife.
Okay, so let's move on to the next hot topic, and this is from Toke Makinwa. You know, they were having an interview on TV, and then she said, you know, she said men succeed in hurting women because other women protect them, right? You got that? And then she said some women are the problem. She said your son has 4 or 5 girlfriends, you know them, you smile in their faces. We live in a society and the culture that we have unfortunately believes that cheating is, you can't sue a man for cheating in this country. If a man is selling and we're not buying, he would stop. We women are the problem. You find a man cheat on his wife and you find reasons to make excuses for why he cheated. Maybe she wasn't sleeping with him, maybe she wasn't unhappy, maybe she's a witch. I mean, what's your take on that? Women are women's problems. That's what she's saying. Well, now we make excuses for men who cheat.
To a high degree, I agree with her. To a certain degree, I disagree.
Okay.
You know, yes, there is a tendency for women to defend men against other women. Were you dressing inappropriately? Did you seduce him? Did you put witchcraft? And that witchcraft, let me just say this. Let me just say this to Nigerians.
I'm going to laugh at the moment.
Let me just say this to Nigerians. Please, all this your superstition nonsense, please. Yes, we know that witches exist and everything, but sometimes we just use some certain stupid excuses. She's a witch, she bewitched him. Which bewitching? Please, let's not get into all these things. You understand? These things happen abroad as well. We have men who have left their families, moved to another state, abandoned their children and their wife, and they married and has to have another family there. Will you say that woman bewitched him?
It's not witches.
No, it's not witches.
But
in Nigeria, we will say it's a witch. She has bewitched him. She has carried the husband and she has gone. Understand? But women also need to learn to hear the cries and the voices of other women and band together and support. Like sexual violence, for example. Now, many women who have been raped, sexually harassed in the workplace, or they've been touched inappropriately, one thing or the other, they can't even come out and speak, because one woman, someone will be saying, wait till you do the man, when the man touch you like that. Wait till you wear. Where you go, where your leg carry you enter. Just that, and it's not supposed to be so.
That way.
No matter if you walk in here with mini skirt, nobody has the right to touch your body. It's your body, it's your property. For someone to touch you inappropriately, that person has crossed the boundary and has crossed the line. So who is held responsible, the criminal or the victim?
I mean, but the truth is, one thing I'll say is it's Nigeria. So
it's
as
Nigeria.
much as we try to say,
that's the thing, and that's the thing, because Nigeria is such a heavily religious, society. Everything is God. You understand? And so the politician steals. God will judge him in the next life. Instead of you to look for everything, take action, ban your lawyers, your attorneys, and the state should be against him.
Which is
it's the same thing. If this person steals, this is the difference where poor people come in. This person steals your garri, you carry tire and you put on him, and you burn him.
Yes, double justice.
I
mean, that doesn't make any sense.
As well.
Let's just stop it.
Do you understand?
Yeah, definitely.
Women, to a certain degree, women are women's problem, and to a certain degree, no. The society at large, which does not educate men and educate women as well, because that mother's point, it makes a lot of sense.
A lot of sense, yeah.
Just that we have mothers who they're raising boys and girls, and they expect the girl to take the boys' plates to the kitchen and wash. You have basically just put more dominance on the man and made the girl look lesser than she is in society. So as a mother, you must learn to tell your son, tell him the truth. If your father is cheating on me, would you like it? You don't do that to your wife.
Okay, motivational speaker right now. You're already getting very triggered. So guys, we're going on another break right now. Remember, we still have more to come on the call. Keep it locked, guys. Jon Ogah is still right here in the studio.